Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Hypixel Skyblock Hardmode series. And as always, to start off this episode, I want to give a big thank you to every single person who has subscribed since the last episode. We are still on that road to 100,000 subscribers, but what I wanted to say is that according to my YouTube analytics, I know like every single YouTuber says, there are more than 50% of you who watch these videos that are not yet subscribed. But the reason that is a very big deal in my case is because that means that if every single one of you who was not subscribed just went down there and hit that subscribe button right now, we would literally immediately hit 100,000 subscribers. So, hey, I mean, if you really don't want to subscribe, then it's up to you, but, you know, just some food for thought there. Anyways, guys, if you remember, in the last episode, I made a big deal at the very end of the video about Mayor Aatrox being elected. And if you guys remember, the reason I made such a big deal about it is because of these two perks that he provides. The first one being Pathfinder, which allows you to gain rare drops 20% more often. But then, of course, the even bigger perk is that slashed pricing where Slayer quests are all half price, not even like a 20-25% discount, literally half price. So now my plan over these next like 4.5 to 5 days that he is mayor is to dabble in a little bit of all of these slayers. Obviously I'm currently level 6 and everything, but for the purpose of today's episode, I'm going to be starting off with revs, tier 3s in particular. I may end up switching over to tier 4s later. I'll explain about that in just a second. But basically the main reason I want to grind revs is of course for combat XP. I'm currently combat level 32, getting very close to 33, which honestly, all things considered, since this isn't like a super old profile, I'm pretty satisfied with that. But having a higher combat level would always be pretty nice. And obviously the half price slayers solves a huge issue that grinding revs usually has, which is of course the fact that you will usually lose money on them. But yeah, that's why I'm starting with tier 3s today, because obviously you lose a lot less money on tier 3s than tier 4s. You also gain a little bit less combat XP, but actually from the videos I've seen in the past and tests that I've done on my own, you don't actually lose that much combat XP in comparison to, you know, the huge amount of money that you save. And to even add a little bit more extra coins into my pocket today, I'm going to be making sure I'm using my Raider's Axe to kill all the criticals and mini bosses, because as you'll be able to see here, every time I kill a critical, I should gain around like 70 to 80 coins, which over time is definitely going to add up. But yeah, with that being said, I'm just going to focus in on grinding these revs for a little bit. So I'm currently at 85,000 coins in my purse. I'll probably go ahead and just do this for the next like 30 minutes to an hour, and then I will check back in with you guys and let you know if we profited or if we've lost some money. All right, so just got finished with the 1 hour of doing tier 3 revs. Honestly, did not get that much combat XP, I don't think. I'm now up to 1.4 million. But when we started, I was at like, what, 1.15, so only 250,000 XP an hour, not too good. Although I think the main thing holding me back was the fact that I was just going really slow when I was wearing the Monster Raider set, which is why about halfway through I switched over to the Young Dragon Armor and Farmer Boot set, because now obviously I go a lot faster. But yeah, obviously when I only had 85k, I started to run out of money very quickly, so I withdrew another 300,000 coins to the bank. So like the baseline for breaking even on this would now be 385,000 coins. So in that hour, I got 11 foul flesh, which is going to sell for 275,000 coins, and I end up with 387,000. So literally just like perfectly broke even. So yeah, honestly, it makes revs not too interesting. Obviously, it's nice to be able to grind, you know, a lot of combat XP for completely free essentially, but there's no really good drops I can get from revs or anything, so I may do a little bit more of them just to finish up combat level 33 and then maybe do one more combat level after that. Honestly though, I don't know. The fact that I can't get any like good rare drops from the revs just makes them really boring for me. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and try and transition over into using this event to make some money. And if my memory is serving me correctly, I believe that tier 3 Tarantula bosses are like normally profitable, which means that, you know, even without the half price, you could still make money off of them. So I'm assuming that when they're half price, you can make, well, a lot more money off of them. But really quickly, I just gotta say, I threw on this Tarantula Armor to do these bosses, and that new Ragetrain respawn cloak is looking very nice with this Tarantula Armor here, in my opinion. So, hey, if you guys agree with that and you want to pick one up for yourself, a link is in the description down below, and you can get 10% off. All right, anyway, went ahead and withdrew 500,000 coins from my bank, so this is what we are gonna be starting off with, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in an hour. Hopefully it goes really well. If not, I'm gonna be kind of like disappointed by this whole Mayor Aatrox thing so far, so yeah, let's get into it. Okay guys, and 1 hour of tier 3 tarantulas has been completed. I'm gonna go ahead and put away the rest of the tarantula, but I gotta tell you, man, Skyblock RNG is very, very weird. I pretty much got all of my toxic arrow poison either within like the first 10 minutes or the last 10 minutes. I had like a 30 to 40 minute span where I got no toxic arrow poison whatsoever. So in total here, I got 3 stacks and 20. I don't really think this is going to turn out to be very much profit. I was kind of doing some of the rough math in my head, and I'm pretty sure this is only going to be like 100, 200K, which for a full hour of something is really not that great. So let's see. We'll go ahead and sell all of it up here. 700K. Okay, yeah, so right about what I thought. We made 200,000 coins in profit. But one thing that I did take note of, though, is that my magic find is pretty low. You can see right here, I have 14 magic find. With the 20% boost from Aatrox, it's obviously going to be like 34 or whatever then. But I think it would probably be pretty smart of me to try and maximize that. So the first thing that I can obviously do to help fix that is magic find potions. I had this magic find 4 that we brewed last episode, plus 75%. That's going to be a pretty big addition. And then of course I do have a couple more tier 1s that I can just brew to tier 4. But yeah, anyways, now the decision I need to make is how much I want to invest into these magic finds. I do still have an enchanted redstone lamp that I could toss on. That's pretty pricey, but you know what? I want to take advantage of this Mayor Aatrox. I don't know when the next time we'll have him is, so I'll burn the enchanted redstone lamp. It's not like I was doing anything with it anyway. It's been sitting in there for probably like 6 months at this point. But yeah, then in addition to these magic find potions, the one other thing I can do, which is going to be kind of heartbreaking, is eat my booster cookie. Because as you can see on there, plus 15 magic find, which is a pretty significant amount. And it does last for 4 days as well, which I think is almost exactly how much longer Aatrox will be mayor. So I think it's a really good time to consume it. It's just sad though, because it's most likely going to be my first and my last ever booster cookie that I get to eat. But yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1. The booster cookie has been consumed. Oh my god. But as you guys may have also seen there, I can earn 4,800 bits from this booster cookie. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the community shop to see maybe what I would want to buy once I do have all those bits. So what I definitely don't want to do is buy something like a god potion or cat flower, one of these things where I'm spending a lot of bits and it's only something that's going to last me for like a day. So I think realistically the only one that I could be able to afford and that would make sense for me to get is this expertise book. It's 4,000 bits, so it's going to be like pretty much all the bits I have, but it's something that's going to be more of like a long-term investment as I level up the tier of the book and get more and more fishing XP and sea creature spawn chance. So I think that's what I'll end up going for, but obviously have to get those 4,000 bits to even be able to afford it first. Okay, and with that being said, I'm pretty much geared up here to continue on my Slayer grinding journey. But the other thing I wanted to mention is I think for the next hour, I'm going to do tier 4 tarantulas instead of tier 3s, because I would really, really like to hit Spider Slayer level 7. And obviously getting only 100 XP per boss, it's going to take me a long, long time to hit it. Even with getting 500 XP per boss, it's still going to take a while, but it'll be much faster. So yeah, the quest has started. Let me go ahead and drink my first Magic Find 4 potion, and I will see you guys in another hour. Oh my god, guys. There is no way. I still have 10 minutes left until my 1 hour of this is over, but I literally just got a Tarantula talisman. You can see it in chat right there, so I just wanted to record this so no one thought I was cheating or whatever. But of course I already have one, so I guess we'll go ahead and give this one away, because I don't think you can even sell them to NPC, and I mean that would just be cruel if I just kept a second one for myself. So hey, if you want to win a Tarantula talisman and you stuck around this long into the video, go ahead and drop your IGN down in the comments, and I'll pick a winner next episode for that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the last 10 minutes of this 1 hour of Slayer now. All right, guys, and with that, the 1 hour of tier 4 Tarantula Broodfathers is complete. So yeah, first thing obviously was pretty awesome to get that Tarantula talisman. So good luck to all of you who entered to win that by dropping your IGN in the comments. But also, wait, I just exited out of it now too. I wanted to say, in terms of money, you're going to see here that I think I definitely lost money, did not profit. But in terms of getting closer to Spider Slayer level 7, did really, really good for it only being an hour, I think. So you can see here, I am now 15,000 XP away from Spider Slayer level 7, which means another like 30 to 31 tier 4 Tarantula bosses, and I'll be good to go. But yeah, that 700k that I initially had in my purse when I started the 1 hour actually wasn't enough, so I had to withdraw another 300k. So in total, a purse balance of 1 million is going to be our break-even point. I got just about 4 stacks of toxic arrow poison, which, if I'm being honest, was probably about where I was expecting it to be. So we'll go ahead and dump all these off to the mine merchant here, and I'm ending up with 728,000. So I lost about 250,000 coins. But yeah, I mean, that Tarantula Talisman was definitely the highlight of the hour. Would have been really, really cool to get that thing if I didn't already have one. But hey, still gonna be cool for one of you guys, I guess, right? I decided to put in that one last hour of grinding, and now this right here should be my final Tarantula boss to Spider Slayer level 7. I'm very, very excited for this. Okay, come on. Stop glitching out over there, buddy. Come back over here. Okay, there we go. That's definitely the most annoying part about doing Tarantula bosses is they are just so glitchy. Like, the AI on them, just for whatever reason, there's no one else hitting it, and it all of a sudden just wants to run in the complete opposite direction. But here we go. This should be the last couple of hits here. Come on. And boom. There we go. Boom. Rewards have been claimed. Oh, and I actually totally forgot about this. We get a new accessory. We get the Survivor Cube. Heals are plus 5% effective on you. Dude, I actually totally forgot about this item. Like, I just didn't even realize it existed. But of course, there's no way I could just get to Spider Slayer level 7 and leave it there. I have to do my first ever Tarantula boss at level 7. And hey man, who knows? Maybe we'll get some crazy luck here. Alright, here we go. My first ever Tarantula boss after Spider Slayer 7. I mean, the odds of getting anything are very, very low. But you know what? It could happen, right? Alright, and there we go. Absolutely nothing except the Tarantula web. That's to be expected. But hey, it's just nice to finally have a level 7 Slayer. And of course, there are still like 3.5, 4 days left of Mayor Aatrox. So I could definitely continue to grind out some more tarantulas. Okay, so it's been about a day since those last clips, guys. And crazily enough, they just dropped floor 6 on the server. So there are a bunch of new items with that. I'll probably be like dealing with that stuff in a later episode. I really haven't even done a lot of floor 5s yet, so I now have some catching up to do. But one other thing that came with this update that I want to show you guys right now for the video is they made some major changes to the Reaper Scythe. So you can see now, like, the item ability has been totally reworked. It's now called Raise Souls. So basically, when you kill a monster, it drops its soul, and then you can click on that soul and then later like summon that monster to like actually fight for you. So this has obviously created like some really crazy situations already. Just earlier in one of these dungeon hubs, I saw someone who spawned in a bunch of like rogue guardians, the actual dungeon's boss, to fight for them. So yeah, pretty crazy item ability here. And the reason I thought it was worthy of mentioning it in this episode is, if you guys remember, just at the beginning of this video, I was talking about how I didn't really enjoy grinding revs at all because I don't care about any of the drops I could get. But now, if I could get to Zombie Slayer level 7 and start working towards a Scythe Blade and try and get a Reaper Scythe, that could be somewhat exciting for me. So yeah, with that being said, definitely going to start doing some Rev 4s here in a second, grinding those out, and hopefully I don't go broke doing them. But before I start that grind, I actually want to go back to the item I covered 2 episodes ago when I got this Livid Dagger, because I was kind of just messing around and using it to kill like crypt ghouls and random things like that. But then I started comparing it to like my primary Slayer weapons like the Reaper Falchion, and I started to realize that I think it's actually better than them. So if you'll see here, when I use my Reaper Falchion, I'm doing about 60,000 damage to crypt ghouls. And when I use my Livid Dagger, I'm doing 43,000. So obviously, the Reaper Falchion is doing more damage. But a very important stat on this Livid Dagger that I failed to mention the last time I covered it is that bonus attack speed of plus 100%, which means that I can get in 2 times as many hits with the Livid Dagger. So for mobs like these crypt ghouls where I'm just one-shotting them, obviously it's not going to do as much damage as the Reaper Falchion. But unlike the actual Slayer boss itself, it'll end up doing more damage because this like 30 to 40k damage I'm doing is going to get doubled, which double of 30 to 40k is more than 60k. And the reason that this is super, super crazy is because now if I head over to the Spider's Den and pull up my Scorpion Foil, the same thing is going to apply here. So you can see my Scorpion Foil is doing about 73,000 damage to these spiders, whereas my Livid Dagger is doing 42k, 88k, that's because it was a hit from behind, 38k, so like 30 to 40k again. But again, when that damage gets doubled, it's going to be about equal, if not just a little bit more than this like maxed out Scorpion Foil, which is completely insane because not only does that mean the Livid Dagger is already like a good weapon just for using in general, but it's also like an all-in-one Slayer weapon because it outclasses the Scorpion Foil and the Reaper Falchion. But I guess just to test to make sure that this actually is something that works and isn't something that, you know, works in theory but not in practice, what I'll go ahead and do is one tier 4 rev using only the Reaper Falchion, and then a second tier 4 rev with the Livid Dagger, and compare the time it takes me to kill each boss, as that'll be like the most fair assessment of DPS. Okay, so here is the first one. Let me make sure I get my mana flux down. For this first one, we are of course using the Reaper Falchion. Also, just for the record, I'm in my Monster Raider set because I did the math, and I think that the set bonus of minus 35% incoming damage and plus 35% outgoing damage, like, actually makes it better than the 3-4 strong superior. I don't know. And hey, look at that, a Smite 6 book. I'll take it. But there we go. Time to kill was 21 seconds, which is, of course, the most important number there. So now I'm going to switch my weapon over to the Livid Dagger, and we will once again do another boss. Okay, here is boss number 2. We've got the Livid Dagger out. I'm actually really excited to see. Now, I think the numbers are probably going to be pretty similar because the damage, like, once you doubled it, wasn't too far off, but the Livid Dagger should do just a little bit better. Even if it does just as well or a little bit worse, though, it still would be, like, really impressive given the fact that you could just use one sword for everything. Okay, anyway, here is the moment of truth. Time to kill 18 seconds, yeah, so it outperformed by 3 seconds. So it is something that actually works in practice as well and not just theory, guys. If you didn't believe me before, hopefully you do now. But yeah, I mean, seriously, why would you even get, like, the Slayer swords anymore? I don't know, maybe they're, like, super cheap, but you could just get a Livid Dagger and use it for everything. I mean, it's even super good in dungeons, as we saw 2 videos ago, so it literally is, like, the ultimate all-in-one sword. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to grind these tier 4 revs for a little bit, and I will cut back to you guys when I have something to update you on. Okay, so just finished up around like 45 minutes or so, I would say, of doing those tier 4 revs. First thing though, I want to say in terms of getting towards Zombie Slayer level 7, doing very good in that department. You can see I'm only like 20,000 XP or so away, so I should be able to knock out the rest of that grind within, like, I would say maybe an hour or so tomorrow. But then in terms of the amount of money I lost in like that 45 minutes or so, when I started, my purse balance was 1 million, and even after selling that 10 foul flesh I got, I'm only at a balance of about 600,000 coins, so I'm on pace to probably lose like 400 to 500,000 coins every hour of tier 4 revs. Now, with my current bank balance of 20 million coins, I can certainly afford to keep doing that for a while longer, but yeah, that's just crazy that even at half price, tier 4 revs are still going to be losing me a lot of coins. And then finally, in terms of any drops, I got pretty much nothing special. You guys saw the Smite 6 I got, which was honestly like the best drop I had gotten the entire time. So yeah, now just to end things off, a overall recap of my first day of grinding out the new Mayor Aatrox. We got much closer to Zombie Slayer level 7. We actually hit Spider Slayer level 7, which is awesome. And I did not make any progress in terms of Wolf Slayer. I got a lot of Tarantula Web and a lot of Revenant Flesh. Also got a decent amount of Toxic Arrow Poison and Foul Flesh. And then in terms of like those special drops, nothing too crazy. We obviously got Smite 6, a Bane 6, a bunch of runes, a Spider Catalyst, and then the most interesting thing, of course, is that Tarantula Talisman that we're giving away on this video. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end off today's episode here. So hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did and have not done so already, make sure you drop a like on the video. Also, check out my Badline referral link down below if you're interested in purchasing this cape right here or my other one. You'll save 10% if you use that link. And yeah, thank you guys once again for watching, and I will see you in my next video, hopefully very soon. See you guys then. Peace.